Hey YouTube, today I'm talking about Ramshackle, an indie animated short film / pilot here on YouTube. The video's actually been seen over 5 million times, so honestly you've probably watched it by now if you're into the animated or indie film kind of genres of YouTube.
Oh, I have no idea. But it fucking loves butter.
But thanks for checking out the video anyway, I really appreciate it. If you haven't watched Ramshackle, it's created by storyboard artist animator Zeddyzi. It's an animated 15-minute short / pilot that follows the protagonists Stone, Skip, and Vinny. They're street kids in a town called Ramshackle. Also known as Scraps, the series follows them coming up with ways to turn a profit in their town, most typically through cons or other comedic schemes.
Cheating? Do we look like cheaters to you?
They form a found family dynamic in a town that otherwise hates them. Ramshackle was actually originally a webtoon, or published as a webtoon, in December of 2020. It's more or less on hiatus, or has been on hiatus since the announcement of the animated pilot, but the first storyline for the series is completed and definitely worth checking out. There's also a thesis film created for the project, published in July of 2020, along with a slew of other animations, animatics, speed paints with the characters. The short I'm talking about today was posted on YouTube on April 9th, 2024, and follows the Scraps finding an abandoned baby when digging through the trash for like a missing can of beans. They take the baby in, naming it Maggot, and over the episode try to teach it the ways of their trade. This includes stuff like trickery, robbery, and eating the rich, which is quite literal. Eventually, they enter Maggot into a baby pageant, which she wins, upsetting the rich folks in the town who have trained their infants excessively in order to win this contest.
I want to speak to you!
This sets off a chain of events leading to a really great fight sequence. I think this sequence does a really nice job at highlighting each character's personality and strengths, as well as having a killer soundtrack. It's catchy in the way that Terror Time Again from Scooby-Doo Zombie Island is, which is my favorite Scooby-Doo movie, so I instantly love it. I won't spoil the end of the pilot because I think it's really worth checking out on your own, but I will say that it has a happy ending, relatively, if you're worried about that sort of thing. It's at least a happy ending for the main characters, and that about wraps up the short. It's 15 minutes long, and there's a lot of ground that you could cover, or I could cover, but again, I think that you should watch it on your own. I will say that there's swearing, smoking, and violence in the short as well as the webtoon, but I wouldn't say that it's anything extreme. Maybe don't let actual little children watch it, but that's up to you. Just to compare it a tad to the webtoon, I think they did a great job at transitioning the style of the webtoon into animation. The webtoon itself has this zany, really lively feel. The line art is light and thin and almost has a sketchbook quality. The animation uses a thicker outline and pulls back a bit from the squash and stretch of the comic, but still uses the edginess and the strong lines that I think are really unique visual elements. The comic style stood out a lot to me from other webtoons, and I think it works equally well when animated. If you're a fan of artists like Yonan Vasquez, I bet you'd like this just for the art alone.
Now pay attention.
But the nice job with the storyline and the characters definitely add onto that as well. The characters have really strong, recognizable designs that are easily distinguishable without totally standing out against the background. They work really well in their environment, and I think all of the character designs are unique without verging on being distracting. Additionally, I love the mood and the color palettes of the show. It looks grimy and gross when it needs to, but in a stylistic way, if that makes sense. It never felt nasty or like the concept got away from the creator. It's a strong, sturdy pilot that's well worth the time, love, and energy put into it. Overall, this pilot is fantastic, and it's incredible to see a project that has so much passion behind it get the attention it deserves. It's clear from the creator's notes and posts how much they love Ramshackle and what it meant behind the scenes to be able to accomplish this video. It's clear that Zeddyzi has a larger plan for the world they've built, and I'd love to see what happens with the series and the characters as it progresses. I really love that YouTube is a platform where anyone can post almost anything within reason, and that includes a lot of original content, people's characters, ideas. It's just so cool to see this platform host so much uniqueness. If you're still watching this, thanks for checking out the video. I feel like I should have gone more in depth with it, but honestly, I feel like I'm mostly making this video just to say how much I enjoyed it and to give it a larger platform, even though this is just a drop in the bucket. I feel like finding indie projects and animators, especially when it's so clearly a dream achievement, is always just my favorite part of looking at animations. Anyways, thanks for checking out the video. If you like it, see what else I have on my channel. I mostly review comics and graphic novels, but I have a few movies and webtoons and stuff too. Also, I posted a few of my own speed paints, but don't look at them, they're pretty old. But yeah, anyway, thanks YouTube.